Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lou. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lou will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lou.
So let me ask you a question. Who really owns your time? Is this answer different than the answer you gave me at the beginning of the month? Yes, I would hallucinate. It absolutely is. What you've learned, and most importantly, what we are going to do with it, is what's important. Now, if you're just tuning into the show this morning, I did want to re-acknowledge that today is April 29th, 2024, the date that this is being recorded, or you're seeing it live if you're on with me live this morning. April 24th, 1998 was the day I got my most beautiful gift in the world, my daughter. Okay, so what does this have to do with the show? Besides, I put in the links there to go ahead and wish her a happy birthday. Please help me wish that amazing child a happy birthday. But also, it taught me becoming a father. Nobody's ready. You have to just do it. You can't sit there and go, okay, I'm holding this baby. Now it's time to go, let me go read a book and see what to do. No, the baby cries, you got to figure it out. The baby needs a diaper done, you got to figure it out. You got to take action, right? Okay, but importantly, it also teaches you that unconditional love in the things you'll step up. Because remember, like we said, people, sometimes family members that aren't overly supportive of things, kids are going to change you, a child's going to change your life. Of course they do, for the better, right? We discovered that. For the better. Amazing the things that you will do, the motivations you will gain when you suddenly find out you have a beautiful child on the way. Okay, but now my lesson to that is, why not treat every new thing in life, every new day, every new week, every new year, like you got a baby on the way, or like you just had a new baby? How much more motivation and push would that give you to move forward? Amazing, huh? Cool idea. So, last time we talked about the 5-second rule, the countdown rule, the force rule, whatever you wanted to call it, but it was the steps to give it a go, to get you going, okay? So, what was the deal with that? We're going to review real quick. Number one, you decide exactly what you want. Sounds kind of like a success formula. Make a plan. Do the 5-second rule, the countdown, the force rule, whatever it is, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you're like I say, I'm a force for God, I'm a force for good, I'm a gladiator, and I do not negotiate, and then I immediately take action. And then number 4, you just take that first step. Nothing happens until you take that step. And then number 5, you've got to give 1,000% of your energy and your attention to your goal. You got to live it, breathe it, and do it all the time. Okay? This isn't something that you just kind of do when it's convenient. Okay? So get used to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Do it. Apply it to everything you do. Do not hesitate. And you will find that you will exponentially grow your outcomes, your abilities, and yourself. Okay? I got a story for you, and it's Mr. Yada-Do. Okay? This is this old guy, Mr. Yada-Do. Okay? He always used to come around. Years ago, I had an auction house in South Orlando. And he'd pull up in his little broken down U-Haul. Mr. Yada-Do walked with a cane, and he was the nicest old man in the world. Okay? This is a long time ago, so I was really young. So Mr. Yada-Do would come in and walk around and say, you know what you ought to do? You ought to do this. You ought to do that. That's how I nicknamed him, Mr. Yada-Do. You ought to do this. You ought to do it that way. You ought to do it. And I'm like, you know what I learned from Mr. Yada-Do, and God rest him, he's probably long gone. You don't take advice how to run a business from somebody who's broke. Somebody who very well may have been living in his truck or getting a hotel a couple nights a week to actually have a place to lay his head. He'd haul stuff in. And the old man was a hard worker. He was a hard-working old dude and a very kind person. So I don't say any of this morning to be negative about Mr. Yadadu, but I learned a lesson from Mr. Yadadu is you don't pattern after somebody who's not successful in what you ought to do. You find a mentor in what you ought to do, and you find somebody who's succeeding in what you want to do. Not take advice from the person that says you ought to do. Let me give you an example. You want to take marriage advice from your friend that's going through a divorce? You want to take financial advice from your friend that's broke? You want to take business advice from somebody who's gone bankrupt 3 times in business? Now, they might give you a little insight on what not to do. Not saying that it's all bad, but don't take the advice of, when I had my business, I would have done it this way. And they crashed their business. Okay? Don't take parenting advice from somebody whose kid is on death row. Okay? Pity them, feel sorry for them, love on them. That's a sad situation. No matter what the kid did, it's still their kid. But don't take parenting advice from them. You might take the advice of what not to do, but don't take what you ought to do from somebody who's screwed up in what you're trying to do. You take your advice and your leadership and your mentorship from somebody who's been there, done that. Doesn't mean they did it perfectly. Sometimes, it was hard to get there. They've been bumped, bruised, up, down, sideways, but they learned, and they can help you avoid those pitfalls. But don't take advice from somebody who failed. Take advice from somebody who's successful. Look for mentors. Look for people that are successful. What do they do? And model after it. Copy it. Okay? Don't copyright somebody's work. Okay? Don't take somebody's work that's copyrighted and just copy paste and say, I'm offering this new book, and it's somebody else's book. But you certainly can share the insights of what you've learned from others and each other. I don't want you to copy my posts and go repost it as your own post, okay? But what I do want you to do is share the insights of what I'm teaching you. Share my posts, share it with your friends. Don't hide me away in a little box somewhere. Well, I got my own little private coach. No, the whole world will be better off if we can really step up together. But my point today is if you're going to get coaching or mentoring, get it from somebody who has succeeded in where you want to be. Okay, so I'm going to teach you little secrets here today. Number one that I want to talk about is ideas are great. Sorry guys, my allergies are kind of kicking my butt. See, I am human. Contrary to popular belief, ideas themselves are the birth of creation. Okay, Apple Computer, Microsoft. Even if, you might not totally agree with the CEOs and some of the ways they do things or don't do them or etc. Amazon, you got your people that hate Bezos, your people that love Bezos. I say learn from Bezos. He was brilliant. Was he always perfect? No. Is anybody ever perfect? No. Okay. But they had an idea, a dream. You know what the difference of Jeff Bezos and Jeff Sonata living under a bridge somewhere is? That had the same idea, that thought it would be really cool to, deliver food and deliver everything instantly to people. And he's living under a bridge, bumming money. What's the difference? They both had the same idea. Okay. Well, I'm not going to get into that. Okay. Because you can have an idea and then somebody else does it and they stole your idea. Now, if you confided in somebody and showed him your whole plan and they ran away and took off with it, then it's not a very nice thing to do. But, just because you had the idea and somebody else didn't actually moved on it and took action, it didn't make it your idea. They didn't steal anything from you. Some days, guys, I'm telling you, you probably squirm in your seat some mornings when I'm talking to you. Well, you know why? I want you to get up out of your seat today and do something. Do something. Make the change. Take the action. So ideas are the birth of creation. Talk is nice. You ever get a great idea and you start talking to your friends and everybody's excited and, dude, this would be so cool, or yeah, man, let's do this. This is good. This is great. And you talk about it and you plan it up, and then nothing happens. You look back years ago and say, remember when we were going to do that band together? And we started, having a couple little practices, but we hung out and had some fun, and then somebody pulled out the beer and it was all over for the night. And, you never did anything with it. You talked about it. You kind of played around with it. Action, my friends, is where it happens. And this is the truth of the matter here. No matter what you want in life, the A word is going to have to get in there. The action. You're going to have to follow through. You're going to have to do the crap you don't want to do some days. You're going to have to trudge through the red tape of opening a business, the problems, the employee issues, the this, the that. I mean, it's not, I'm viral by putting up a video. That doesn't last. That's a flash in the pan. Let me tell you something. When you talk about celebrities, it's so funny. Sometimes the faster they rise, the faster they burn, because there is no consistent action. You got lucky with a video. You got lucky with a one-hit wonder song. Where are all these people today? Who are the people that actually stayed in there? Aerosmith, if you want to look at an old band, they're still around. Why? Because they kept taking action. They didn't do one concert and everybody went, wow, and that was it. Okay? Contrast them with, some of the one-hit wonders, 2 years riding high and gone. Okay? So think about that. Action is where it happens. But there's another step, and I promised you I was going to deliver something to you today that hasn't been delivered on the entire month, because this is the culmination of it. It's called Habits, Rituals, Routines. That's what keeps the momentum. Okay, so let's go back. Let's rewind. Ideas. You have this great idea. Nothing happens without an idea. You can start to create habits of what? What is your idea? What are you going for? And if you don't talk about it, you don't sort it out and map it out, you're kind of going to be running blind and aimlessly. Okay? Then if you don't take action, you're absolutely doomed. Okay? I'd rather see you have a half-assed plan and a mediocre idea and take lots of action. You're going to get further ahead than having a great idea, a great plan, and never doing anything with it. I guarantee you, if you take action, it's going to take you further than just having this beautiful business plan or this beautiful whatever plan. Okay? But then what happens after you take that initial action? What happens after the tub gets lukewarm? You're not in that hot bath of excitement anymore. Same thing with a marriage. Oh, you go, you buy flowers, you do this, you do that, you do these cute little things, you bring coffee to your loved one in the middle of the day and just surprise them, and the nights are fiery, and 7, 8 years, 10 years into it, it's like, oh, hi honey, yeah. Okay, you took great action in the beginning, but do you think that marriage is going to survive, or that relationship's going to survive without building some good habits and rituals and routines? And people say, hey, you know what? The relationships go through phases and this, that, and the other, but you don't want it to go to the phase out, okay? But yes, obviously you grow together, and different things become priorities and important. But that's where your habits, rituals, and routines come in. What do you do to keep it alive? What do you do to keep your business alive? You start a business, you got a little storefront, and the woo-rah, grand opening, and you're doing great, and then it's like, where's all the customers? Well, you're not the newest, coolest thing in town anymore. Maybe you got a little coffee shop. You're not the newest, coolest thing because 3 or 4 others popped up in town, and they're doing the hoopla and the giveaways and the newest coffee and the coolest drink and the new environment and free Wi-Fi, and they're open an hour earlier than you are, and you wonder why your customer base starts to trickle off. because you're not habitually, routinely growing. There it is, growing. Okay, habits, rituals, and routines keep you growing to keep the momentum. You can't just set it and forget it. I cannot stand these get-rich-quick internet things. This, that, set it and forget it, set a funnel and forget it. Even if you're doing you've got a great funnel working, and if you're in the internet marketing, you know what I'm talking about, and other people might be going, is that something that's in the kitchen or that I put oil in my truck with? That's all fine. It's what I'm saying though is you might have that what supposed set it and forget it type of situation that you think is going to work. Even that needs maintenance, growth, next great idea. What's the next product? What's an upsell? You see where you're never done, guys. I think that's what I really want to talk about as we wind out this series. It doesn't mean we're winding out Coach Breakthrough with Coach Lou. We're going to just keep on growing and rocking. And we've got some stuff, but this month we're winding it out. We're winding out on Lexi's birthday, which is really cool because this is what I really want to deliver and send to you guys, that this is important. Okay, so how do we do this? It's all fine and dandy to know what to do. How do we implement it? You design almost in a ass backwards way. Okay, not really ass backwards, but a lot of people go, what do I got to do today? What do I got to do this week? What do I got to... Well, number one, you need to kind of go backwards and start at a year or whatever time block you want to look at and go, what do I want to accomplish? What's my outcome this year? Then you break it into 12 and go, where do I need to be and what do I need to do in the 12 pieces? Where do I need to be by month 11 if I'm going to be here by month 12? You can't go, I'm going to start working on month 1, month 2, month 11. Oh my God, I'm nowhere near what I set out to do. Well, how could you be if you don't factor that backwards? What do I need to be accomplished each month, each week, each day to build into the other one? Does that make sense? I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but you got to build each day, on top of the other one. You can't rewind. Yeah, you got to have that. Here's where I want to be. Here's the 12 chunks of how to get there. And there's the 4 chunks within each of those 12 chunks. And here's the 7 within each of those 4. So that you can actually back into from where you want to be to where you are is a whole lot easier than trying to have guesswork of, how's this going to work to get there? Okay? And it works both ways. You follow through going forward. You design going backwards from your goal, your outcome to where you are today. If that makes sense to you, give me a yay on that one. Okay, and that a lot of times requires some mentorship or coaching or, additional skills. This stuff is not easy, but if it was easy, everybody would do it, everybody would succeed, and, everybody would just be kind of floating through life, and you'd be like, oh, this is easy. Set it and forget it. No, this is not set it and forget it. This is decide what you want, design exactly how you get there, and then get off your butt, get off the couch, turn the TV off, get off scrolling through social media, and get going. Okay? Now, am I anti-social media? No. You're watching me possibly on social media. There's a lot of great things on social media, on YouTube, on all over the place, on platforms. But to sit there and watch cat videos or somebody, jumping off a bridge into the water is all cute and fine and dandy, but is that growing you? To have somebody, rubbing their feet in front of you on a reel, is that really growing you? Is, arguing with people on Facebook because you disagree politically or religiously or anything else, is that really serving you? Is that not a waste of time? Okay, and I'm not against social media. I am not against connecting. I do think that people need to connect person to person a lot more than they do, instead of looking at Instagram going, God, I'm ugly compared to that person. God, that person's doing this kind of workout? Okay, are they really? Are you there with them? That's what I'm saying. get real with yourself, but you gotta go, here's my destination this year, and go backwards to designing it, and then take the action. The minute you got to design, take action and start stepping up. I got a couple of announcements for you, things coming up, guys. If you're just tuning in, make sure you catch the replay here, guys. I see a couple of people popping on late this morning. Couple of things coming up. We have, when we talk about these routines and rituals and stuff, I'm releasing a new course this coming month. I don't have the official release date yet, but it is going to tie all of this together. Everything if you think you learned a little bit this month or a lot this month, this is going to take it over the top, deep dive. Boom, I'm releasing another course. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet, but I'm super excited about it. What I do want to do in the meantime is invite you to our next Click meeting in May, free on me, so that you can see what Coach Lou Inner Circle's about. I want you to be in the click. This is a good click. This is the type of click where we support each other. We're a family. We're a team. You get to actually train. I release 4 or 5 trainings a month, similar to this, but more in depth. But then we have the live meeting each month. We have book reviews where we delve into books. It is just the coolest of the coolest of the coolest. And it's in real time, real life, guys. I am not about this, androgynous type of mindset of, oh my God, everything's got to be totally equal and everybody's got to be exactly the same mindset to be part of this. No, I want diversity. I want everybody to come with their own opinions, their own experiences, and bring it together as a team and as a family and go, wow. We can learn from each other. We can grow. We can have a place of mentorship. We can have a place where, instead of trying to figure out why you're different or what's wrong with you, what's wrong with me, you go, what do we have in common? A desire to grow, a desire to be better, a desire to truly treat each other with decency, to, have some morals. And move forward with your life and learn how to grow your family in a good way. Learn how to grow your businesses. Learn how to grow your friendships, your relationships, and most importantly, learn how to grow you. You can't grow anything until you grow. You can't be good at anything till you get better as a person. You can't be better in your community. You can't help people till you help yourself. This is all good stuff. Now, I do keep it's raw and real and everything else. We're not pussyfooting around stuff. We're not going to go, don't say poop. Somebody might be offended. No, you have a right to be offended. You have a right to say something that I might not be comfortable. If you want to make me squirm in my seat and ask me a question or put me on the hot seat or vice versa to help each other grow, that's what we're going to do. We're not here to go kumbaya, oh, poor me and oh, me too and everything else. We're here to go, let's grow together. Let's help each other grow. Let's get past what stopped you in the past. Let's not swim around in the cesspool of what went wrong before. Because let me tell you, we've all got histories of stuff that's gone wrong and things we made mistakes on and things that have been flat out injustice or, we've been pushed in a corner or, somebody took advantage. We've all been there. We've all had it happen, but we don't want to live there. We want to live in what's next. We want to get past it, break through it, and live what's next. That's what it's about. Breakthrough with Coach Lou is about breaking through. Click. Coach Lou Inner Circle is about getting together as a team and growing and as a movement to help change the world for the better. What does that sound like? Sounds like a plan, huh? Awesome, guys. Well, I want you to go out there today, live with all the faith, energy, passion that you deserve. Grab onto that life you deserve. Live the life you deserve. And I will see you on the next show with another amazing surprise, another great show, guys. Have an amazing day. See you on the next roundabout.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.